Sixth graders, this is to help you with question 1 on CR 23. It says, which of the following is not equivalent to 1/2 times the quantity 15 plus 13? All right, so what we'll do is we'll figure out what this expression simplifies to, and then I'll guess and check with each of the answers. So what we have to do is we have to use our order of operations. You have to work within parentheses first. Then you'll take care of any exponents. Then multiply or divide, and that happens left to right. And then your last step will be to add or subtract, left to right. Those are called our order of operations. Anytime we are simplifying an expression, we follow our order of operations. It's the rules we play by, so everybody comes up with the same answer. So within parentheses, I do 15 plus 13. We can see what 15 plus 13 is if you need to add them vertically. 5 and 3 is 8, 1 and 1 is 2. So this is 1/2, and then within parentheses we get 28. We just took care of our parentheses. Now you have to realize, what's the operation between the 1/2 and the 28? That operation is multiplication, so we need to take half of 28, and I'm going to tell you that will be 14, but if you need some support on just the process of finding 1/2 of 28, 28 is the same as 28 over 1. You can choose to multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. 1 times 28 is 28. 2 times 1 is 2. And that means 28 divided by 2. So if you need support with 28 divided by 2, you can long divide. 2 goes into 2 once. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract off, that's a 0. Drag down that 8. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract off, that zeroes out. So therefore, we know our original expression is equal to 14. So I need to figure out which of these expressions is not 14. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. If I start at letter D, half of 28. What's half of 28? We worked it out right here. Half of 28 is 14. Bye-bye. Let's check this out. I'm guessing and checking my way through this. So I'm going to do letter B next. For letter B, if I have 7.5 plus 6.5, I'm hoping that's not 14. But guess what? If I drag down that decimal point, 5 plus 5 is, put down a 0, carry a 1. 7 and 6 is 13, and 1 more is 14. Guess what 7.5 plus 6.5 is? That's 14. Bye-bye. Let's try letter A. What's half of 15? Well, if you need support for letter A, half of 15, 15 is the same as 15 over 1. Multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. That will be 15 divided by 2. So we could do 2 into 15. Got our decimal point there. 2 goes into 15 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Subtract off. 15 minus 14 is 1. Drag down a 0. Make sure that decimal point is up there. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. Zero's out. So guess what half of 15 is? That's 7.5 plus half of 13 will actually be 6.5. And you can long divide the same way I long divide it right here. Guess what 7.5 plus 6.5 is? Oh, that's 14. We're looking for the one not equivalent to 14. If we look at this one, I work in parentheses first. 7.5 plus 6.5. We've discussed the fact that that's 14. So you got 14 in parentheses, you have a 2 in front of the parentheses. The operation between the 2 and the 14 is multiplication. 2 times 14 is 28. Letter C is the answer that is not equivalent to the original expression. I hope that helps.